fabulous, more neutral, natural look. Yes, I know, this is my version of natural. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Kat's Corner. I am Kat, and this is my corner of YouTube. Today, I am going to be going over the look that I have on my eyes right now, and I'm going to be taking you step by step through a look that is essentially pretty easy and can look great for nighttime and also really great for the day. If you would like to learn how I did this fabulous makeup look, a more neutral but still popping eye look, keep watching, and if you have any other eye looks you want me to do, feel free to comment down below. To start any eyeshadow look, you're going to want to use some sort of primer. I have here the NYX Proof It eyeshadow primer, and this will help your color stay on throughout the day without creasing, without fading, and it will help the colors pop out more vibrantly. So this is always what I do before I put on any eyeshadow at all. As that dries, you want to look at whatever eyeshadow palette you're going to be using. In front of me here, I have the Lion King palette from Sir John and Luminess Cosmetics. Inside you will see it has a great selection of colors. Here you have some actual vibrant colors, and then the rest of the palette is these lovely neutral colors, some really metallic-y ones, and then some regular matte colors. I also have with me the Disney Princess palette from ColourPop. As you can tell, I'm a Disney fan, and this again has, like the Lion King palette, you have some very unique colors throughout the palette, but you also have a lot of buildable colors, and that's what you want to start with in any eyeshadow look. You want to start with some sort of base color that will kind of like set the stage for everything. So what I am going to start out with is I am going to go in with Chip from the Princess palette, and I am going to use this as a crease transition color, and I'm going to be using a brush with, let's see, this kind of a shape to it. This kind of a brush is very fluffy, and it's good for overall application. It's not good for detail, and it's really not good for shimmer. Ooh, I forgot this has purple on it. Okay, so I figured out that a lot of my brushes are very colorful from a rainbow look that I did on my friends the other day. So I'm going in with a different brush, but of a similar shape, and going back in and trying to cover up this purple. The good thing about a base color like this is it will neutralize a lot of the color on your eyelid, so that you don't have to worry about, you know, veins, or if you have any puffiness or any tiredness as well. So let me do the next eye. As you can see, I'm going in right in the crease area because I want to build up a shadow in the depth of my eye, so that when I put color of any kind on my lid, it pops. So next, I am going to be going in with the color, Triton. from the Disney collection, and this color is good because it is slightly darker, as you can see from the first color. It is slightly deeper, and so it is going to gently deepen the transition that I have going on already. So I'm going in with the same brush just because the first color was lighter, so you can put a darker color over a lighter color on a brush. You can see it is creating a nice depth in the crease of my eye. Sorry, there's eyeshadow all over my eyeshadow palette. And it is creating a nice shadowy effect. So now let me go in with the other one. As you can see, both of my eyes have the depth that is needed now, and so I'm going to go in with a even darker shadow, but on a different brush now, because I want to create an even more like 3D image, because the point of an eyeshadow look is to create dimension on your eyes, so it's not just one flat color. So now I am going to be going in with a much more narrow brush, just making sure there's no color on it, and it looks like this. This brush is really great for detail, and it's also really great for creating like a deeper look in the crease area. It's good to use pointed brushes like these so that you can so it's easier to apply the detail rather than a larger brush which will just spread the eyeshadow around. So I am now going to go into the Lion King palette, and I am going to take African Clay. Now this is a slightly warmer color than I used in the Disney palette, or the Disney Princess palette, but I think it's going to be really good in the outer portion of my crease especially. So I'm going to take that on my brush, and let's go in. As you can see, I am focusing it on the outer portion of the eye and then just sweeping it inwards so that it does go into the middle, but it really focuses on that outer portion so that we create like a fading effect inwards. You don't need a lot of shadow on your brush if you get good shadows. But always make sure to tap off the extra shadow that's on your brush to prevent fallout on your cheeks. So now I'm going in on this side. I use a sweeping formation, as you can probably tell, because this applies the eyeshadow much more evenly. Now, there are certain types of like eyeshadow application that you can use, and we're going to go into one in a moment, but for the crease area especially, I find that sweeping or doing like a small like circular motion like this is good to like fade and blend the colors. Blending is the key. Without blending, your eyeshadow look is going to look splotchy and just patchy and not good at all. I am gonna go in and take Nala on a flatter brush like this, looks like that, and I'm going to pat it all on this inner portion of my lid. Now, because Nala is a very shimmery shade, I am going to take a spray beforehand. This is the e.l.f. Mist and Set, And I'm going to, after I put the eyeshadow on my brush, dipping in. So you can see now the eyeshadow is on my brush, and I'm going to spray it with the spray. Okay, so now it's sprayed, and this way it will stick better to my lid. And as I go in, you will see I am doing more of a patting application, because this way the shimmer doesn't fly everywhere and it merely just sticks to the eyelid. Look at that. You can really tell there is definition and depth, but also the eyelid pops. Now I'm going to go in with my other eye now, so let me get more eyeshadow on my brush. You see, I am taking the eyeshadow and forming the edge of my look with the eyeshadow brush, and I'm going up along the crease. This way it really creates a nice effect, and it prevents a lot of mess that you have to clean up afterwards. As you can see, now we have some more pop to the lid. I think it looks very beautiful. I am not going to finish the look here. However, you could if you were happy with how it looked. Now, as you can see, under my eyes, there is a little bit of fallout from the more glittery shadow. So I'm going to take a very fluffy brush like this, and I'm just going to whisk it away. Now, will it take away all the shadow this way? No. But it will get a lot of it off so that I can then go in later with just a little bit of cleanup. Okay. Next, I am going to be taking the color... Yeah, okay. I am going to be taking the color Mufasa, which is also a shimmery shade, but is more neutral to follow with the rest of the eye. And I'm going to take it on a smaller packing brush, like this. And I am going to be putting it into the corner of my eye, and this will create more shadow. Again, we are trying to create a smoky, natural, just enhanced eye look. You see, I am keeping it on the outer edge of my eye, and this is to add a depth going inwards. This makes the eye look longer, it makes it look more dramatic, more feminine, and just, it brings the pizzazz, even in a look that doesn't have a ton of color. So now I'm going to go in with my other eye.
Shutterstock Music.
You can take it in as far as you want or as shallow as you want. What I like doing it is taking it in about a third of the way, if not a little bit more, and that way it's not like cutting my eye in half, but it is blending in farther than just a little tiny bit at the tip, because that way it looks blended, it looks like a gradient, and it's not just a harsh amount of color right there. Actually gonna fix up this eye a little bit. There we go. Now I'm also patting it into the crease as I go. Okay, sorry, my camera stopped all of a sudden. Thank you, camera. Okay, I was saying that I go into the crease of my eyeshadow, and this way it doesn't just look like I slapped color on my eye, but that it also follows with the trend of my eyeshadow on my eye, and that is that everything is blended together. You want it to look effortless, you want it to look like it just swept on your eye, and not that someone was just, you know, jabbing at your eye. Now, personally, I think that I want a little bit more light going on the inner portion of my eye, so I'm going to go back with the color Nala, which was the lighter color, and I'm going to put it on, and then I'm going to show you one more tip to make your eye look really good. Now, if you encounter a situation where I have on this eye that I accidentally put the color a little too far on this side, you can just go right back in with your darker color, just a little bit, and just tap, 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 blend it out. Something I like doing is then going in with my first color and just kind of like brushing over the upper crease, because this way it looks, okay, this way it creates more of a fade upwards than something as dramatic. So I am not actually going to take Chip, but I'm going to take Triton, this color, and I am going to just lightly fade it across the very top of my crease. This is going to create a like fading effect. This also blends in any color that you put on your eye beforehand with the crease. And as you can tell, it looks just, again, the shadow effect. Now you can always take that deep color that you put on that outer edge of your crease if you want just a little bit more definition, and you can just take it a little bit. I'm going in with Pride Rock again, taking it just a little bit and just lightly putting it in. And it does look like a line right now, but I'll show you a trick in a moment.
Shutterstock Music.
Line that is created, you can take a brush from earlier, make sure there is no shadow on your brush, and you can just blend it. Blend it in. This is where you can take your small circles, you can just move the color around a little bit to where it is not just a stark line on your face, but that it blends in fully with the look, as you can see. Alright, now, last but not least, I want my inner corner, which is obviously this portion of your eye, to pop, because this way it brings your attention to the center of your face and doesn't leave things very dark, I guess you could say, because you don't want there to be any like darkness on your face. So I am going to be going in with Ray, and I'm going to be putting it on the inner portion of my eye so that there is more light going on. And I am going to be taking, okay, so I'm going to take a fluffy brush like this, and I'm going to dab it into the inner portion of my eye. Okay, I have realized that's not light enough. You could do this because it doesn't look bad and it did lighten it up, but I want even more light. So I'm gonna take Prince Charming now and go over that. Remember, you can always do this. Mistakes happen, mess ups happen, and you can just go over it. You don't have to take off all your eyeshadow and start again.
Shutterstock Music.
Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I am going to clean up the under portion of my eyes. I am going to put on my foundation, all of that, and then I'm going to come back and show you the last portion of our eye look. Alright, here I am back with everything but mascara and my under eyes done. So I am going to go through what the final steps of this eye look is going to be, and that is completing the under eyes and under the brows. Now you may wonder, can I just leave it like this if I like it? Absolutely. You can definitely leave the under eyes alone if you don't want to put anything under there, but I will show you guys how to do it if you do choose to. Now, you can take any sort of small brush to do this, but I'm going to be taking a brush like this to smoke out the under eyes. So on the outside here, I'm going to take Pride Rock, the dark color from before, and I am just going to go along the lower lash line and connect it to the other eyeshadow. You can take this in as far as you want or stop it as short as you want as well, because we will be putting on more than just this color for the eye look. Next, I'm going to be taking a much lighter color, so I'm going to go in with the color, I think it was Triton, this one from before, and I'm just going to follow it again along the lash line and create again the gradient that we did with our eyes. You can even go over the color a little bit to create like a very blended look, which I would suggest. Alright, now that you've done that, you can take either the color that you did before to highlight your inner corner, so in this case that would be Prince Charming, or you can do what I'm about to do, and that is take a highlight and put it under the brow bone and in the inner corner, because as you can see I've put it on my cheeks already, over my lip, down the center of my nose and a little on my forehead. So I am going to take this yellowy bright color, and I am going to use, let's see what brush. I'm going to take this brush from earlier, the fluffy one, and I am just going to go in to the inner corner, and then I'll show you what I'm doing with the brow. Now, I am going to go in under the brow and over our shadow a little bit with the highlighter. Some people just stick to the outer corner, but I honestly like going in a little bit just to create a little bit of a separation from the eyebrow and just to create a highlighted brow bone. So that is what I am doing right now. Oh dear, okay. Right, and there is our completed eye look. I am going to do my mascara really quick and then come back to you for my final thoughts. But right in here we have the final look of the night, and I personally am in love with it. I think it gives just the right amount pizzazz to where you could wear it on a night out on the town, or you could definitely wear this look to work. You obviously don't have to use the red lipstick. You could use a more neutral color or a soft pink color. However, I personally love red lipstick. It's kind of my signature thing, and I'm using the red lipstick called Romantic Atmosphere from the Lion King collection. So yeah, I am in love with this look. Alright. Final thoughts. I think that if you take anything from this video, which by the way, shout out to anybody who stayed through the whole video. Love you guys. Throw a comment down below if you did, and give this video a big thumbs up if you did as well. Also feel free to hit that subscribe button because we all love that subscribe button. But anyway, if you took anything from this video, I hope it is that blending is the key to any look, as well as transition. Throwing just a dark color right on your lids without anything else can create a very stark, unblended look that is very hard to go back from, because while it is easy to put darker colors onto lighter colors, it is much harder to put lighter colors onto darker colors. Also, you don't have to have a ton of brushes. The brushes I used today were fairly cheap. I will have everything linked down below: the Lion King palette and the specific colors I used, the ColourPop palette and the specific colors I used, and each and every brush that I used for this look. I will also be including in the description below what makeup I am wearing on my face, foundation, highlighter, contour, blush, the whole shebang. And I cannot wait to see all of you guys in my next video. I hope you are having a great morning, afternoon, night, day, and evening, wherever you might be. And I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.